Hi! In this video, I am going to teach you how to add more forms on top of your basic two-point perspective treehouse, like an additional room or chimney. I'm also going to show you how to draw bricks or wooden sides, a ladder, and bark for your tree. If you don't know how to draw a two-point perspective treehouse, that's another video. Remember, it is super important that you know the difference between vertical and horizontal lines. Knowing your right and left is also very helpful, and knowing that your orthogonal lines are the lines that are going towards your vanishing point. You should have a piece of 12 by 18 inch paper with your basic treehouse already drawn, a pencil, a ruler, and an eraser. My treehouse is going to be a little postmodern. I am going to have some interesting cube forms stacked on top of my first cube. I'm going to start with a vertical line off to the side and on top of my first cube. You have to be careful where you put this vertical line. If it is too far up, it will look like your two parts of your treehouse are not connected. If you put it down too low, it might look like it is going into the bottom cube. I'm putting mine to the left of my first cube and not too far up. I connected the top and bottom of the vertical lines to the vanishing point on the left-hand side. Then I connected the vertical lines to the vanishing point on the right-hand side. I'm not going to draw very much of either one of these lines because they are being covered by the front portion of the original cube home. I don't want to make this part of my home too wide, or it might look like the tree can't support it. So I make another vertical line connecting the orthogonal lines just a bit to the left. On mine, you can't even see where the part of the building ends on the right. So I don't even have to draw another vertical line on that side, but you might have to. Because this part of my treehouse is like an overhang, I have to also draw the bottom of this form. I know that I take the corner on the bottom left and connect it to the vanishing point on the right. And again, my other corner does not show, but yours might. Since I am a bit of a stickler for keeping my building the same aesthetic, I am going to add another window comparable to my other windows. I start with a vertical line, connect the top and bottom of the vertical line to the vanishing point. I will connect those two new orthogonal lines with a vertical line, and voila, a window. I will repeat my vertical line a little longer on the outside of my window on the right, and repeat the steps to make my molding. I am making my ladder up the doorway now. Using my ruler, I am making two vertical lines down from my door. I want to make the rungs of my ladder pretty evenly spaced, so I actually make little tick marks with my ruler every ½ inch. Then I connect each one of those tick marks with my vanishing point on the right side. If your door and ladder are on the left, you would connect them to the vanishing point on the left. I want a little more girth on my ladder, so I double up my vertical lines just a bit. I'm going to make a nice tall chimney now. I am going to start on the right side with a vertical line. I'm going to make this chimney pretty tall, so I make a nice line connected to the vanishing point on the right at the very tippy top. I am careful not to make it go past my house since this is supposed to look like it is coming out of the top of the house. I connected that orthogonal line to the roof of my house with a vertical line. The other side of my chimney is a little thinner. I draw another orthogonal line going towards the vanishing point on the left side. Notice I didn't make it very long at all. I want this to be a very tall, thin chimney. No room for Santa here. I connect that little shorty line with a vertical back down to my roof. I'm going to draw some bricks on this chimney. On that very first vertical line that I drew, I make some tick marks every ½ inch down. You can make these tick marks as close together or as far apart as you want. You can even make them random. Then I line my ruler up with the tick marks and the vanishing point on the left and draw an orthogonal line. I just keep repeating this all the way down the chimney. This is actually how you would make your house look like it has aluminum siding or wooden sides or logs as well. Flippy flop your ruler to your other side of the chimney and connect the tick marks to the vanishing point on the right-hand side. To make these look like bricks, simply add random, perfectly vertical lines occasionally on each row. This treehouse Looks pretty good, but you're going to want to give that tree some bark. Add a little texture to that giant tree with some swirly lines. Voila! Be sure to watch the next video to see how I add the tree limbs to my giant tree, and I'll also teach you how to use some light and shade in this series. Good luck!